Hey, Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com. Try to get you some education on some boards information, and what we have and we want to talk about now is stance width. Stance width is the distance between your feet on a board. This is so important, and a lot of people do not understand how to get the correct stance width. A good thing to do is measure the distance on your shoulders, and that will give you a good starting point. Usually boards have about a 3-point setup in there. I know the Crazy Flies have a 3-position setup, and it allows you to change that stance width. Now, stance width, let me talk about what stance width does in stiffness. If you widen your stance, this board will ride like you're on a rock. It will make it very stiff. It'll have less flex. A lot of people will grab the board and say, let's check the flex. That is not the correct way to check on flex. If you want to check the flex correctly, put both your feet in here and do that flex, but you can't do that. The board flex will change because the closer you bring your feet together, and it's a very small amount of change, as you bring it in together, that changes the pressure points on this board, and if you move them in, you're going to get more flex. It'll be a softer type ride. It'll definitely be a lot less stress on your knees. So I don't like to go out too wide. A big difference of having a wide type stance is if you've got the strength to hold that load, what happens is you're further out and you've got more advantage against that tip. And if you can hold that load, it's very important. If you can't, you will not get the same amount of pop as you widen your stance. So you can go to the stance width and it'll give you more stability in landing hard tricks. That's why you'll see a lot of the guys who are doing the handle pass type moves, very aggressive, quick type wakeboard type moves, they've got a wide stance, and that just allows you more balance. Closer together, you can see that if you get off balance, you can't control that, but if you widen out your stance, you've got more stability when you land. But it's very hard to hold a rail and very hard to hold that tip down there if you do not have the power. So most commonly, a lot of people do not have that power. So mess around with your stance width and get it set correctly. Most commonly, you're gonna go to one of the narrowest stance settings. It's gonna allow the board to flex. It's gonna be smooth in your ride. You'll be able to turn that board really nice because what happens is you'll pressure the board in the center, off on the tip, and the board will actually flex. And when that flexes into a turn, you'll enjoy that ride a lot more. Anyway, that's Jeff Howard here at Kiteboarding.com about stance width. If you have any questions, let us know.